Peace rebuilt months after defeating the Ender Dragon, Steve and Alex help rebuild the Overworld's biggest village. Communities reconnect, trade routes reopen, and harmony seems permanent. But deep under the world, mysterious seismic tremors ripple through bedrock. Miners report strange whispers in obsidian-lined tunnels beneath their mines. One day, a glowing black crystal rises from the Earth's core. Villagers panic. Steve and Alex head to investigate the source. The crystal warning the black crystal pulses with void energy, emitting strange vibrations. Alex touches it and sees a terrifying vision of a shattered world. The crystal explodes into fragments, infecting nearby mobs with dark matter. Hostile creatures begin behaving unusually. Coordinated, intelligent, and brutal. A shadow looms in the deep, a force older than the Ender Dragon. A voice echoes. The Void King awakens. Underground expedition Steve, Alex, and Redstone genius Harper form an expedition crew. They descend into a newly opened fissure under the jungle biome. They find remnants of an ancient civilization, the Lost Coders. These early players once experimented with portals beyond End and Nether. Their creations caused a dimensional rift, the Void Realm. Harper finds a journal. The seal is breaking. Infection spreads above ground. Infected mobs called a shadow spawns that begin to overrun villages. The infection spreads through crops, mobs, and even redstone contraptions. Golems fall to corruption, turning on their own villagers. Alex leads a resistance movement, trying to protect safe zones. Harper discovers the void crystal fragments are drawn to ancient beacon towers. Someone or something is collecting them. The Void Temple. Following ancient coordinates, the team locates a hidden structure, the Void Temple. Inside are cryptic signs written in the enchanting table alphabet. They discover the Void King's prison lies beneath the bedrock barrier. But the final seal is weakening, powered by 3 stolen crystal shards. A traitor among the survivors is helping the Void King return. Harper suggests one option: enter the Void Realm before it fully opens. Into the unknown using modified Ender pearls and a corrupted portal frame, they open a gate. The team, including Steve, Alex, Harper, and newcomer Mina, enters the void. The realm is a colorless abyss filled with floating debris and echoing memories. Time flows strangely. Reality distorts around them. They fight ghost mobs, faded versions of past players and creatures. At the center, they glimpse the Void King's throne. The Void King rises. The Void King senses their presence and awakens prematurely. He's massive, humanoid, cloaked in obsidian and corrupted code particles. He calls Alex the Breaker and Steve the Forgotten. The world begins to fracture as rift energy spreads. They escape through a shattering portal, but not before Steve is marked. He begins seeing flickers of another dimension in the Overworld. The Mark of the Void Steve develops strange powers. He can phase through blocks briefly. But the corruption is also eating away at his memories. Harper believes the mark can be stabilized with an ancient item, the Code Relic. They split up. Alex goes to the Snow Spires. Harper and Mina head to the Desert Temple. Shadow storms begin hitting major cities, blacking out sun and light. Villagers are evacuated to underground safe bunkers. The Ice Warden in the Snow Spires. Alex faces off against a new mob. The Ice Warden? It guards the frozen vault of code, where the first relic lies. Alex uses stealth and her trident to outmaneuver the Warden. She retrieves the relic, which glows when near corruption. She narrowly escapes as the spire collapses into a void pit. Meanwhile, the Void King opens the first rift gate. Temple of Time in the desert, Harper and Mina find the second relic, a clock core. It was created to control time loops caused by early testing of portals. They are ambushed by shadow spawn archers and barely make it out. Back in the village, Steve's powers spiral out of control. He briefly vanishes mid-sentence, reappearing outside the world's borders. The void is pulling him in. Final seal, they reunite at the village as the final beacon is activated. The sky darkens, stars vanish, and chunks begin floating into the sky. The final relic, hidden in the end dimension, must be claimed. They brave a broken version of the End, now merged with void corruption. There, they meet a lonely Enderman who remembers the old worlds. He leads them to the relic, but warns you must leave one behind. Sacrificed to retrieve the relic, someone must be erased from the code temporarily. Steve volunteers, knowing his void mark makes him unstable. He vanishes in a flash as the final relic appears. Alex cries out but takes it, knowing he may still exist somewhere. With all 3 relics, they return home, but too late. The Void King has emerged into the Overworld. The Overworld War, the corrupted mobs march under the King's control. Zombies, skeletons, even dragons. Major biomes fall one by one. Jungles burn, oceans freeze over. Alex rallies all player factions: builders, PV pairs, miners, redstoners. The final stand is at Beacon Valley with custom traps and TNT cannons. They clash in an epic siege, but Harper warns, we can't beat him here. The only hope is to reboot the world's base code. Journey to the core, they travel to Spawn.0, the birthplace of the world. The Void King chases them across collapsing bridges and floating terrain. Harper begins writing a command block reboot code. To work, someone must enter the Void Core and activate the code manually. A familiar voice echoes from the rift. It's Steve. He's alive, but changed. Steve, Reborn Steve, returns, now partially composed of void energy, but in control. He holds back the Void King while the others complete the code. He says goodbye to Alex and takes the relics into the void. Inside the core, he merges with the code and activates the reset. The world flashes white and reboots. When the light fades, the sky is blue again. Peace restored, the world is restored to normal, villages stand, mobs roam peacefully. The void corruption is completely gone, but Steve is nowhere to be found. Alex builds a monument at Spawn.0. Players rebuild, and new adventurers begin spawning once more. Harper becomes the new keeper of the world's code. They vow never to forget the danger beneath. A new age years later, a new server opens, Genesis 2.0. New players enter a pristine world unaware of the battle fought before. Alex now trains young players at the Guild of Guardians. Harper works on a new security system called a Void Lock. Mina explores alternate dimensions in search of Steve's digital echo. A strange glitch appears near a mountain, one that whispers. Steve's echo in a hidden cave, a glowing figure made of data watches from a portal. It's Steve, trapped between realities, watching the overworld. He leaves behind clues and signs and books for future players. One says, "If the void returns, I will be ready." The portal pulses once and fades. Something else moves in the shadows. Threat reignited, a new mob appears in the update logs. The null entity. Shrek. It mimics players, destroys blocks, and erases memory. Players begin reporting strange crashes and missing chunks. The void may not be gone, it may have evolved. Alex senses something stirring beneath the code. The final sign reads, "This is only version 2. Ender's Edge, post-credits in the end dimension, a tower of unknown origin emerges. The Ender Dragon watches, concerned, not hostile. Atop the tower stands a new figure in a dark cloak holding a corrupted prism. He smiles. Steve opened the door. Now I'll finish the job. The camera zooms into his eyes. Pure code. Fade to black.